Hi Dilip, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, Rajesh. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you for asking. Can you tell us something about yourself?
Yeah, as already you know, my name is Dilip. I have 3.8 years experience, one of the MNC company.
Mm-hmm.
And in my company, I have my roles and responsibilities are whenever the requirement came, yeah,
Yeah, whenever the requirement came.
I need to, I need to, I need to, oh, 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. You can take your time.
We need to study. We need to study. After that, we need to implement the test cases. And if any requirement changes come, we need to prepare automation test scripts also. In my earlier project, I have worked on automation project, and we used Selenium with Java, and build version control. Build version is Maven, and version control we used, and Git also we used. And in my team, we are in eight associates, and out of it, 3 are testers and 2 are developers, and 1 is BA and 1 is team head, tower head. Like, yeah,
Oh,
this is my introduction. Thank
great. So, would you like to tell us something about your automation framework? It's Selenium, Core Java, Maven you are using, but anything else about your framework?
Yeah, we used Cucumber for BDD framework. We use.
Okay, okay. So, which is the output report file that you are generating? Is it extend report or is it Allure report?
In the test runner file only we used. In the plugins we used extend report only.
Extend report. Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you create a feature file?
Yeah, in the feature files, it first we will create one folder, and we create a dot feature file, and that we used Gherkin language. Uh, First it will start from feature, after that we scenario, after that given, when, then, and keyword also we will use, but also we can use.
Hmm.
Like this we can create feature files.
Okay. So what purpose you are using and but keywords?
If we addition of the then and when, we can use. And
Addition of then and when
means like
Mm-hmm.
I can tell example.
Yeah, you can give some example.
Yes,
Hmm.
whenever the login any application, then user is able to screen home screen. All uh, why we can't use then, and he can also validate the admin in the home page. Like that we can use. And
So you mean to say when you have multiple verification point at that time you're
yes,
using and.
yes.
Okay. So that means you have to verify whether that home page has loaded properly or not. So you will use then and again one more then for one more verification you will use.
Yes, but in the while generating the methods, but it won't come, and it comes to previous keyword only then.
Yes. So that's what. Why are you using and how are you using and but keyword?
Parallelly we can use.
Parallelly in like in multiple scenarios you are telling or.
Yes.
Okay. Is it possible for you to give some example?
Yes, I used, but in the present time I am not able to think.
Okay.
But in the generation of the methods, it should be then only. It will generate then keyword only. It won't come and.
Okay. So what is the purpose of Cucumber options tag?
Yeah, in the Cucumber option tags, we can map the glue. We can use the some key values, like we should map the feature files. feature files, and glue it represents to step definitions path, and we should give plugins,
Yeah.
and
So that,
also we give dry run in
yes.
there.
So that glue would be there with respect to test runner file, right? In test runner file, you
Yes,
will be correlating which one will be your feature file, which one will be your step definition file. But
yes.
what is the purpose of Cucumber options tag?
Cucumber options.
Hmm.
No, Rajesh, I didn't. But
Okay.
we use in test runner, we use in the Cucumber options only open the brackets, we use the some their plug up
Mhm.
mapping the all the futures step runner step definitions files.
Okay. Are you able to recall the syntax of Cucumber options tag?
Yeah, in the test runner only we above the class we will give, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. So you were mentioning it right. Cucumber options tag will have a link between the feature file and the step definition file. Each
Yes,
step of the feature file is mapped to a corresponding method on the step definition file, right? So
yes.
that thing you have to do. Okay. Which is the Cucumber version that you are using?
Think fourth version.
Okay.
I
Uh,
I think we don't have it.
Okay, so see these kind of questions, the previous question in which I was trying to confuse you. This question, again, this is important question in which version is very important, which version you are using. Why are you not using previous version? What is the advantage of the latest version? So this kind of questions can be asked to you in an interview.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Okay. Now, you have joined from laptop, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now consider there is an Amazon website. Okay. You are supposed to automate that particular website. You have to automate the login scenario of Amazon website. So how will you write a feature file for the same? Is it
Okay. Can
possible
I
for
write?
you? Yes, yes. So you can share your screen. You can open Notepad++ or IDE or Eclipse, and then we can discuss further on that.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. Can I open IDE?
Whichever you are comfortable with.
Okay. When user is able to see login page. Here we can give and also. or else then we can.
Okay. So after when you are mentioning to go for and.
Yes, Rajesh. Like, oh, sorry. Then.
Okay. So, okay. Now let's say you are executing this feature file. Okay.
Yes.
So after two, when you have got two, then okay. So then user click on login button. And user is able to see home page. Okay. Then is generally associated with validation, with verification, right?
Yes.
So how will you verify whether your when actions have properly completed or not? How will you verify that?
Oh.
Mhm.
By executing the test runner file only, we can verify when, like in the step definition file, in step we will give these methods into the step definitions. So from there we will give
Yes,
the
yes,
code of.
that is totally fine. You will run from test runner or you might run it from command prompt. But you need to validate whether all your when has been performed, has been automated or has been validated properly or not. So whichever when
In the final I will validate the home page of title of the home page. I will validate at the final.
Okay.
Step.
But line number 10 and line number 11 also, what are you trying to verify over there? So I was just trying to understand this scenario, what has been verified, right?
When user enter the username, so here we will give the username and here password.
Yeah, that is
after
fine.
that,
yeah, and then
after that user able to click the login button.
Yeah. So is the username or password entered properly or not? Are you able to see login page in the 8th step or not? So those things you will have to verify, right?
Yes.
How will you verify that? Because you are just clicking on login button, right?
In the step definition file, I will use assertions.
You will use assertion. So what assertion you will use?
Means hard assertions only I will use.
Okay.
Assert dot echo.
So why are you using hard assertions and not soft assertions?
Means if you are, we can use soft assertion, but most of the time I use to hard assertions only. We must know where we are done mistake. That's why we use most of the time hard assertions only.
Okay. So what is the difference between hard and soft assertion?
Yeah, hard assertions means whenever the test case fails, it stops the execution.
Mm.
If we use the soft assertion, if the test case fail also, it continues the next step.
Mm.
If you want to the if in the soft assertion, if you want to the fail test, if fail execution, we have to use assert.all. Then we can validate our execution fail steps
Mm.
in the console.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. See, actually, a hard assertion is a type of assertion which will throw an exception immediately when an assert statement falls. Right? Sorry,
Yes.
immediately when an assert statement fails.
Yes.
Now, test steps after hard assertion will not be executed, and and the next test in the test suite will start. Right? So,
Yes.
while soft assertions are the type of assertions that do not throw an exception immediately when an assertion falls, right? So
It
all
will
the
continue the next step.
yes, those will execute, right? So this is
Yeah,
very
that's what
important.
I said just now.
Okay, fine. Okay, now what is the difference between implicit and explicit wait?
Yeah, in the Selenium, first thing, implicit wait. If we declare the implicit wait, it will it will use to every element in the browser until WebDriver end. It will use to every element in the web page. It will wait. If we give the 10 seconds, it will whenever before when no such element before no such element exception come, it will use to find that element. For the purpose, we use implicit wait in that first time. If we give the first time only, it will use to every element to find.
Okay. So can you give me an example for implicit wait versus explicit wait?
Okay.
Mhm.
If we want to find any element in the browser,
Mhm.
it will take some time to some time. For that, we will, if we give the implicit wait, it will wait till element is locate the element.
Mhm.
If we give the explicit wait, it will take more time, some elements to visible. For that purpose, we use explicit wait. It is the
Okay, fine. So let this be an open question for the people who are watching this video. What is the difference between implicit wait and explicit wait? And give us an example to explain that. Okay. Now you are aware about star pattern, right? Star pattern. The pyramid
yes,
one. At the first row, it will be 1 star. In the second row, it will be 2 stars.
yes,
Similarly, for fifth row, it will be 5 stars, right?
5 stars.
Now you need to create a pyramid kind of star pattern, right?
Yes,
Using Java programming language. So can you write a program for the same?
yes, I will. Can I?
Yeah, screen is visible.
think it will run. Then I doing go next step.
So how much stars it is printing? How many stars?
5.
5 stars. Okay, 5 rows need to be there. For every row, based on the count of row, the stars need to be there.
I think it won't work.
Hmm.
I equal to 0. I think no. No, Rajesh, I'm not.
No worries. So let me share my screen and I'll show it to you. Yeah, is my screen visible?
No, Rajesh.
Yeah, okay. Let me first stop sharing your screen and then I can. Yeah, now is it visible?
Yes, Rajesh, it is.
Yeah, okay. So see, this is any class name you can take, right? Now this will be outer loop we have. Okay, so let me just make it one more. Okay, so we will have 3 for loops, right? One will be the outer loop for the number of rows. So I mentioned 5. So 5 rows we have. So 5 times loop, those counter will run from here. Then this is for inner loop, right? How many space we want, right? And this is for inner loop for number of columns, right?
Yes.
And then in the within the nested for loop, we will be printing star, right?
Oh.
So this pattern will be coming something like this.
Yeah, I used 2 for loops.
Yeah. So this will be the kind of output, right? So 3 for loops will be there. Right. Okay. Now, how do you run your automation? How do you trigger the automation?
In the test runner only, we will run the J with J in it.
JUnit.
Runners, yes.
Okay. So from IDE Eclipse, you will run that automation.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's say if we want to run the automation at night around 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m. So it is not possible for us to be there, right? So
Yeah.
how will you trigger the automation during that time?
We have a DevOps team, so we will give path to the DevOps team, and they will execute the our automation script. They will take care of it.
Okay. So when you say you will give the path to DevOps team, so which tool they are using? And how do they trigger the
Jenkins.
automation?
They are
Jenkins.
using Jenkins.
Okay.
Yes.
So how do they trigger the automation?
Yeah, I have some knowledge on Jenkins. Yeah, whenever open the Jenkins, we need to create a new job. In their new job, we will give that job name, and we should validate, is it freestyle project or manual project. If it is freestyle project, then we need to give the run.bat file path, like we will run the run.bat file in the build path. We should give command cd space that path, our execution path. In the next line, maven test mvn clean install. Like that, we can give. After that, we should give some description on that project, and the saving the details. In the left side, in the top left, there is a one button, build now. If we click the build now, it will execute the build. We can check our status in the console. Like that, we can validate.
Okay.
Is it our automation test script success or not?
Okay, fine. Now consider a situation where you had DevOps pipeline ready and your automation suite was also ready. Everything was working fine in the local machine. But whenever DevOps is triggering that particular automation, so it is not running, it is not getting started. So what can be the possible reasons of the failure of automation via DevOps?
DevOps point of view, I need to explain, right?
Yes, yes.
What is the
What are the reasons behind this failure? What can be the reasons behind the failure?
Maybe path should not be correct. Next.
What else?
Any configurations misplaced. Next, any updated version, due to the updation, it stopped the execution. Next, browser update version. Due to the browser updation, it stopped the execution of the automation script. Like this, these are the things in my view.
Right. Okay, Dilip, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Yep, I need my feedback.
Yeah. So
in which points?
So I think you were able to answer quite a lot of questions apart from the Java programming question in which you had to write the program. So please take care of that. Whenever in a real-time interview, you're going for an automation test interview, then they will ask you to write some Java programs. Secondly, whenever you are explaining about framework, so try to tell about DevOps thing over there. How is the integration with the DevOps? How do you trigger your automation? How do you run your automation? So these things are very important, right? Then introduction of yourself. So all those things you need to take care. Rest all looks good, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Just now you asked the question of which what is the scenario? Is it correct? What I said just now?
Yeah. So those were correct. Apart from that, you could have also added like maybe the agent was not running on which the machine in which the automation was to be triggered. There is a slave master kind of a concept in Jenkins, right?
Yes.
So one of that agent is down. Then the other possibility can be the screen resolution. It might happen that you need some X by Y screen resolution to be there for successful execution of your automation, right?
Okay.
Then third thing is maybe some prerequisites, some file or some folder dependency that you have.
Okay.
Those kind of things you can tell. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Dilip, and wish you all the best for your career and for upcoming interviews.
Thank you, Raj.